So guys, here we go. Alphay North America 2017 incentive trip. And we're going to go to Puerto Vallarta. I know a lot of people have been asking about this over and over and over again. I've been hearing from a lot of the leadership here for the last couple of months, just wondering if they were going to be able to really kind of get in there and be able to promote something really strong. So we actually wanted to announce this out, and we're going to actually start it today, this incentive qualification period from September 1st through all the way through February 28th. So a full 6-month period for you to have the opportunity to join us in Puerto Vallarta. So this is going to be exciting. All expense paid trip out to Puerto Vallarta, and the only thing you have to do, we're going to go May 3rd to, through the 6th of 2017, and the only thing you have to do is get 120 points to qualify. So I want to make sure you pay attention to what we cover here just over the next few slides, because it's critical that you understand this right out the gate so you know exactly what to do to make sure that not only are you attending this trip with us to this incredible resort, but multiple people in your team are attending the trip with us as well. So as you guys know, our focus always when we're putting together incentive trips is that we want to help you drive the proper behavior on your teams. The type of behavior you should be driving anyway to ultimately drive up your paychecks and increase the width and the scope of your business. But we've put together this incentive trip to help you drive that proper behavior. So first thing I want to talk about is this. Are the details. This is going to be May 3rd through the 6th of, actually it says 2016. I apologize, guys. It should be 2017. It's going to be you and a guest, all inclusive, 4 days, 3-night stay at the Westin Resort and Spa in Puerto Vallarta. So it's going to be pretty exciting what's going to be able to happen there for you if you guys are able to attend. And what I want to go through over these next 4 slides is exactly the type of behavior that we're looking to drive and that you should be looking to drive to ultimately spike up your check, but also make sure that a lot of people are going to be able to attend this trip with you. So first, let's talk about your personal qualifications. Personal qualification number 1 is that you're going to be required over the next 6 months to personally sponsor at least 6 new distributors in North America, each with a first order of at least 50 QV. Now, again, you don't have to do 1 per month or 1 every other month. You can do 6 on the first day or 6 on the last day, but 6 new distributors in North America, each with a first order of at least 50 QV. That's going to be the first thing you need to do from a personal level. The second qualification is that you have to get at least 3 new customers in North America, each with a first order of at least 12 QV. So we've kept that number very low, just 12 QV, 3 new customers. And again, it's not once a month or 1 every other month. You can get 3 on the first day, 3 on the last day, or any time in between, and that's going to take care of that for you. And then the third qualification is you have to maintain a monthly personal order of at least 50 QV. So whether that's an auto ship, or you're just going in and every single month you're ordering 50 QV, a minimum of a product order every single month. You can change it up every single month if you want to, but starting now, you're going to have to maintain that personal order of at least 50 QV starting here in the month of September. And obviously, if you're watching this video later, it's starting from the very first month that you're involved in Alphay. So those are the 3 qualifications that you have to go through personally. Now that you understand that, let's start talking about the behaviors that we're driving that are going to ultimately create point value for you to give you the 120 points that you need to go to Puerto Vallarta with. I love these slides. I love these pictures. They're just incredibly beautiful. I know this is going to be an amazing trip, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there. So the first action that we're going to reward is that for every first or upgrade order from your North American personally sponsored distributors, we're going to actually give you points. So obviously, if their upgrade or first orders are higher, we're going to give you more points. So we're giving you an incentive to go out and actually find new distributors that are really get committed to the process here, and ultimately go out and actually get going here with Alphay. So if it's from 50 to 174 points in volume, you're going to get 1 point. If it's 175 to 349, you'll get 3 points. 350 to 699, 5 points, and 700 points in volume or more, that's going to generate 9 points for you. So again, you can see right away that as you're going out, you're finding people that are more committed. They're actually committing up the level. They want a 5% level or a 10% or a 15% placement team level. Well, that's going to give you even more points as they're getting started in the business. So that's a reason to find new distributors and also have other distributors that are going to upgrade because you can drive that activity. So that's always an activity or behavior that we want to drive as a company, which is recruiting. Ultimately, new blood is the lifeblood, and we always want to make sure that you're building your business. So again, you're actually putting in place an incredible sales force and marketing force for you and for Alphay. Now, the second behavior, the second way that you can generate points is regular auto-ship orders from your North American personally sponsored distributors and your personally sponsored North American customers. So again, as you look down the line, you can see that every single month, your customers that are personal to you, your distributors that are personal to you, as they are actually ordering product, and obviously the more product that they order, we're going to give you more and more points. It's more points that you can develop. So you can probably pretty much figure out right away that what we're talking about is a big incentive for you to have the most amount of customers and the most amount of distributors possible, because the more customers you have and the more distributors you have, well, it's going to generate more and more points for you every single month. It's going to make it easier and easier and easier for you to be kind of laying out on the beach with us in that Mexican sun, man, which is absolutely beautiful when we get there to Puerto Vallarta. So that's a big deal in terms of what we're putting together for you. Now, again, yet another behavior we want to drive, because again, just for a moment, just imagine if not only you were doing this, but every single person in your team was walking around with the mentality of, I got to have the most amount of customers, I got to have the most amount of distributors, because that's going to drive the proper behavior, what that would do for your organization. So we're very, very serious about using these incentives to help you drive your business. Now, the third way that you can generate points is through rank advancement and rank achievement. We've always talked about that, we want to create this culture of rank achievement, and rank advancement and rank achievement ultimately comes with rewards. So your monthly personal paid rank, whether it's anywhere from silver up to keymaster, is going to generate anywhere from 2 to 14 points a month for you. So I want you to think about that for a moment. You have an incentive, and you should already have this incentive, but now you have another incentive to go out and make sure you're structuring your business properly to get ranked up as high as you can during this next 6 months, because the higher your rank is, the more points you're going to generate. And that's important for everybody to understand. We want to make sure always that we're creating this culture of rank achievement and rank advancement so that it creates the reward, and it also creates the right mindset for being a leader and a business builder. So again, we're actually going to reward that activity. And once again, if you think about that, if you've got everybody on your team with the same mentality, think about what's happening for your organization. Think about how it's building your Alphay business and how it's changing your lives financially. So this is a pretty strong thing that we're putting together. The final one we want to talk about, though, with regards to point development, is, again, duplication. That's what it's all about, right? So it's not just about you going out and hitting these levels. That's awesome. But we want you to be the trailblazer. You're actually setting the metric for your team to follow. So as you're helping them get advanced to silver and gold and sapphire and ruby and emerald and diamond and keymaster and above, ultimately, you're going to get points for that. Now, think about this for a moment. The more distributors personally sponsored that you have, right, the easier it's going to be for you to accrue these points. And then obviously, the more that you help those distributors advance, it's going to actually create even more and more and more point value for you. So this gives you an incentive to not just be a person who's going out there and doing it well, but also to be a leader and make sure that at any given time, you're always duplicating. And that's really what the type of behavior that we want to drive. Again, it's going to be great to see you in Puerto Vallarta, but it would be even better to see you with 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 people on your team. And that's the type of vision that I want you to think about in terms of you attending this trip. You should already just assume you're going to be there, but also say, hey, how many people on my team are going to be there, and how am I going to help them go out and get this accomplished? Now, for this particular promotion, though, we wanted to do something different, something we did not do for the last incentive trip, because we know there's a lot of people who are saying, hey, okay, I'm going to start putting together my plan on how I can accrue these points. I can already hear some of the leaders' minds working of putting together your PowerPoints and your trainings and everything you're going to do for your team to show them the best way to accrue a certain amount of points. But we also said, hey, listen, we also want to reward that person who says, you know what? Thinking about the points, it makes my brain hurt. So I just want to go out and build and produce and get it done. And we said, well, listen, if you're that type of person, we know we have a lot of people like that in the company, as well as people like that that are joining the company, then here's what we wanted to do. We wanted to have this fifth method here. And this, I want to just say this is our fast track qualification. So everything I just talked about, you could actually do all of those things and you could generate 120 points. Or you could simply say, forget about that. I don't want to spend any of my time thinking about points. I don't want to do that. I just want to build the business and I want to focus in on volume and production. And if you want to do that, then here's the only thing you have to be concerned about doing. Maintain a monthly personal order of at least 50 QV. So that's still going to be there because we want you to be active every single month. So maintain a monthly personal order of at least 50 QV, and now it's just all about volume. If you can drive 200,000 points of GQV during a 6-month incentive period, so anytime that you can drive it between September 1st and February 28th, you can drive 200,000 points of GQV with no more, by the way, 50% coming from any individual organization, you're on a trip. You're on the trip. You don't have to worry about points. You don't have to worry about is it going to be this rank or is it going to be that stuff, because I tell you what, if you're driving that type of GQV, you're going to be rank advancing. If you're driving that type of GQV, you're going to be having customers accumulate. You're going to be actually having recruits joining your team. You're going to actually be helping your other people rank advance. But if you don't want to worry about the points and how they stack up and how they line up, and you want to just go purely to the numbers, hey, 200,000 points in GQV or 200,000 in volume, and I'm there, you can do that. And we wanted to make sure that you understood that this method right here, this is going to be completely separate from all the other methods. So if you can do this, you don't have to worry about points. You can just drive this volume. You're on the trip. Just imagine, though, for a second, if you're on this phone, I know we got some leaders on this phone, and your brains are already thinking this way. Just imagine if you had 5 people in your team in 5 separate organizations that went out and qualified for the Puerto Vallarta trip with this method right here, method number 5. That'd be 1 million points in volume generated in your business over the next 6 months, right? 1 million points in volume generated in your business over the next 6 months, and you can start figuring out what that would mean to you in terms of commissions. So guys, we wanted to make sure that we got this information out, and ultimately, listen, we're going to have you're going to be able to go into your back office underneath the library tab. You'll be able to get all of the details here with the flyers and the terms and conditions for every minute detail that you need. But I'll tell you this, guys, and this is what's really, really important to me ultimately. The way that you should utilize things like this incentive trip is really as a way to drive and point your business in the direction that it should be going anyway. The company, when we do this, we want to actually celebrate your success. We want to actually reward you. We hope that over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, we get to travel the world with you and go to some of the most exotic and exclusive locations throughout the world, and do so in a manner where you don't have to pay for it, where we can literally just imagine it. That was one of the reasons I got excited about joining this industry in the first place, was the idea of traveling the world, going to places that I always dream about and see on TV, but maybe never actually be able to go to, but be able to travel the world on the expense of the company. That was awesome, with the recognition events and the training and the traveling. So we want to do that with you, but you should ultimately know that all of this is being developed for you. So even if you're not excited about anything, maybe you're the type of person that says, I'm not really excited about traveling, you should understand that you should not get off of this webinar and say, well, I'm not excited about traveling, so this is not a big deal to me, because you're missing it. If you actually go out and you promote this to every single person on your team, and you get them into the mindset, not just the people that are in the company right now, but remember, people can join the company all throughout this time and still be able to qualify by going out with some aggressive activity. If you promote this to every single person, if you lay out to them, hey, you get a certain amount of points for this, or you get a certain amount of, are you able to attend with this level of volume, and everybody starts focusing on these proper activities, that is going to drive your business. And that's what these incentive trips are all about, is rewarding people for focusing on the proper behavior. So I want you to think about that as a leader, and I want you to keep in mind that that's what this is really all about. So listen, we've been getting a lot of questions about this. A lot of people are excited about having this to promote, so you can start promoting it right now. This video is being recorded. We're going to have it actually posted up for you on the Facebook page. We'll have it actually as a link in the back office at some time later tonight, so you guys will be able to share this with as many people as you like, who actually maybe weren't on this, or maybe didn't get a chance, or maybe didn't completely understand it, maybe they want to do another watch. But as always, our goal is to basically, again, reward you for your activity, to spend time with you, to travel around the world with you, and to actually help you build your Alphay story. And this is going to be a great way for you to build your story by you and your team attending with us to this Alphay North America 2017 incentive trip in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So we're looking forward to doing that with you and looking forward to actually traveling the beaches of the world with you. So guys, listen. As always, appreciate every single one of you. Appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to be here, and looking forward to actually the exciting journey here over the next 6 months. All the different events, all the different calls, all the different webinars, all the different activity that's going to happen to make sure that you get a chance to take part in this North American incentive trip in 2017. Guys, thanks so much for your time. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of your evening and start spreading the word right away. This is exciting, and we want to make sure that you actually get a chance to be a part of this. Have a good night, and we'll talk with you soon.